anybody pies, did you? No? You give those pies a little passion.
Got to come at half time for the ones.
You don't take them home, eh? You better start checking bags before people go out. Right, I'm very low here, but still.
People could use the microphone, please, to ask a question. Grateful? Okay. Who wants to start? Mark? Okay.
Roy, that looked like quite hard work today. It looked like too many chances for Everton.
No, it was hard work. I mean, that's what happens when you play against an Everton team, organised as they are, with the type of players they have, and with Dominic Calvert-Lewin coming back, pardon me, giving them another string to their bow up front with the long balls that are being played forward. You know it's going to be moments where you're not going to get much time on the ball, and you've got to make certain that you work hard not to give them much time on the ball. That means sometimes there are periods in the game where the teams even themselves out. But as far as I'm concerned, I thought we were good value, certainly, for our point. And I think the way the game panned out today, a point is an acceptable reward for us, for our efforts. And it's another moment, really, in these players, some of the younger ones in particular, in their introduction to the Premier League, that it's not always a question of having lots of space and chances on the counter-attack, and for you to be able to show your lovely silky skills. There are times in the Premier League where if you want to survive, you've got to be able to play and get through games like this, which we did today, and I'm very proud of the team for doing it.
Who's next? Ed? Matt and then Ed. The other way around.
Hi, Roy. Just a point why your team maybe didn't sort of score from those openings. They didn't really have too many clear-cut chances. Is that just the defending?
Yeah.
Positive defending from Everton? Do you think
I thought there was one or two chances where I thought we might just score, but of course the person who was on the end of the ball didn't manage to put it in the back of the net. But we have to accept that. You know, we've been blessed or spoiled these last few weeks. I thought we scored a very, very good goal. It was offside, obviously. I think there was no question of it not being offside. But like the one at Southampton, it was a goal that pleased me. I thought the move, I thought the run from Eze and his finish was outstanding. On another day, maybe he won't be offside. So I was pleased about that. I was pleased with the way we really penned them in the last 10 or 15 minutes and got our corner kicks and had a few balls bobbling around in their 6-yard box, and Pickford having to make a few saves. That was good. But I'm afraid a game like this one today has to be accepted as a game that is never go down in the annals of best Premier League matches ever played. But for me, in some ways, it is, because it's the 10th point now from 4 games. Now that's a lot of points to take from 4 games, 10, and these games can so easily be the same game that you've just been watching, but they end up 0-1 or 0-2, and then you feel even worse than we feel at 0-0.
Did you target Everton's flanks, or was that just a natural thing that happened as a result of the way that you were playing?
Did you target
Everton's flanks, the defender wing back?
Well, we tend to target flanks anyway with the players we have available. We have players of natural ability in Jordan Ayew and Elise. So obviously we like to think if we can get the ball to them and they get a bit of time on the ball, and we get the movements around them that are good, that can cause problems. But credit to Everton today, they're obviously aware that that's something we do and something we're probably quite good at, and they work very, very hard to block it. And as a result, we weren't able to breach their defences. But I'm really happy with our back 4 in particular, and also the midfielders who worked very hard. They didn't breach our defence either.
It's the other Ed, and then you Ed. Okay.
Hi, Roy. Can I ask you about Jordan Ayew's performance? Pulled through a headache there for Mason Holgate. It's a real bright spot for the side throughout.
Yep. Well, he's in that sort of form, isn't he? I think last week we were talking about him in the same way. He did exceptionally well at Southampton as well. So all credit to him at the moment. I think that he's playing the top, if you like, of his game. And the good thing about Jordan is, even when he's not at the top of his game, even when things are not going for him, which at the moment they are, dribbles are coming off, he's winning a lot of challenges, he's making the right sort of runs. But the thing with Jordan is that even when that's not happening, he's still a very valuable member of the team. And I think there are moments where Ray and I have got to work very hard to make people realise that, you know, this level of football, the margin between you having a good season and a bad season is remarkably small. And the difference between finishing 12th and, what is it, 18th, isn't it, is also remarkably small. And you've only got to look at the teams below. Why are they below us? You know, are they so much worse in terms of their player personnel? Do they not have anything like the quality of players that we have? Not really, because you go right down to the bottom. The quality of players is there because clubs like Southampton spend several hundred million pounds on players. So you always have that. So I think what people have got to understand sometimes is that in this league you've got to get a really good structure defensively, a really good structure offensively, and you've got to be prepared in every game to play the game that's out there to play. You can't play the game in your head how you would like it to be. You have to play the game that's in front of you. And that's why I'm proud of the team today. We did play the game that was there in front of us. We'd have liked to have played a different one, but to do that we'd have had to ask Everton not to play so many early long balls. We'd have had to ask Pickford not to kick the ball behind our back four all the time, etc., etc.
Ed.
All right, Gareth Southgate was in the crowd.
Was it?
Right? He was. And I just wondered what you made of Marc Guehi's performance. Not just as a defender, but his
outstanding.
passing.
I thought the whole back four, I thought Guehi was outstanding. I thought his partner, Joa, and also the two fullbacks. As a result, the goalkeeper, who was good, competent, more than competent, looked good. Didn't have a vast amount of things to do, but still looked competent and good whenever he was called upon. Could keep a clean sheet, and that's a real achievement because Everton will make it hard for teams to keep clean sheets against them because of the number of balls that they're trying to put into the penalty area from crosses and from free kicks and even from goalkeeper kickouts, and the type of personnel they have that will profit from those crosses and those long balls. They're set up, if you like, to take advantage of it. So full credit to Marc. I think he's been excellent in the last two games, and even more for me. When I came to the club, he was on 8 yellow cards. When I came to the club, and 4 games later, 9 yellow cards.
What's it?
9. One yellow card would have put him out. Now that was 4 games ago. So he's played 4 full games and not got a yellow card. And the same goes for Doucouré. And I'm proud of that too, because that's discipline, that's concentration, that's doing what's necessary for the team. Because I made it clear to them, I'm going to play you because I trust you, but I don't want you to get a yellow card. I don't want to miss you for 2 matches.
And just on Marc, he seems to lead by example. He's not the tallest central defender, but he's very good in the air as well.
He's taller than me, so anyone who's taller than me is quite tall.
But his attitude seems really first class. They look up to him.
Well, they do, but that is a thread that runs through the club. And one of the strongest elements of that thread are the players who were here for 4 years with me and kept this club in the league for 4 years. I mean, now it will be 6 years, if you like, since I joined. We're now talking about 10 years in the Premiership. When I came, we were talking about our 4th one. And people like Milivojevic, MacArthur, Joel Ward, Tompkins, Jairo Riedewald, they are such an inspiration to everybody because they know the game. They know what it takes. They've been in these situations many times where we've got to get something from the game today. Don't dream about scoring that wonder goal which is going to get you big headlines tomorrow. You make certain that when you come off the pitch, Crystal Palace Football Club, the club you represent, is where it needs to be. And they're a great example to everybody. And I thought when he and Hughes went on today, and Mateta too, that was good work those 3 did. Not just in terms of how they play, they just showed we know what's needed. We know what being a Crystal Palace player is, and we are not going to let you fans down by putting you in a situation where you fear we might not be in the Premiership anymore.
This gentleman.
When you came back into this job, you joked that it was because you were getting under your wife's feet. That's a comment that you at the time.
That's a classic one, isn't it?
Yeah. Given that I understand that there are strong Everton connections, am I right saying your wife's side of the family now?
Yeah, my wife left Everton when she was 10, I think. And I think her father chose Everton because he wrongly believed that Everton was a Catholic club and Liverpool was a Protestant club, which isn't true. So in actual fact, I think she would not wish to really sort of big up her contact. But like everything else, when your father's coming every day when you're 3 or 4 up to the age of 10 and Everton are the best team in the world, a little bit it stays with you, I guess.
Yeah, given you've obviously worked in Merseyside yourself, but with Liverpool now that the game is over and it's finished now, you wish Everton well. Are you sad to see them in the position that they're in at the moment?
Yes, I am very sad to see them in the position they're in at the moment, but I think since Sean Dyche's arrival and the way he's gone about trying to put things to right, I feel more confident. I think Frank was dealt a terrible hand, I've got to be honest with you. I think for Frank, it wouldn't really have even been possible for him with his football philosophy and the way he wants to play to get what Sean Dyche has got out of the players. So it was, in my humble view, a move which has worked well for the club. But I do think the club has got a lot of things to still sort out, and I would desperately like them to sort those things out. And yes, if you ask me, would I be happy to see Everton survive? I would, but then I've got to be careful because I don't really want to see any of the ones that are down the bottom go down. I've got good contacts at Southampton, Leicester, got very good contacts. I don't really want to see anyone go down, but someone's got to go down. And I must say that the way Everton went about getting something from the game today has got to be a great credit to Sean Dyche and to the club, I suppose, for realising we need a Sean Dyche to get us sorted out.